bring in Peter Kaufman of the Gordian Group. He is managing director and author of Distressed Investment Banking. And so he's written the book on distressed banking. What would you advise for the TARP and how it is spent right now? You are the guy a lot of people listen to on this matter.
Well, I'm not sure who listens to me, and I'm the co-author of the definitive book on distressed investment banking. I agree with what the congressman said. The government has heretofore been all about, let's throw money at the problem, just add money and stir. They've been conducting a grand experiment with taxpayer dollars, and I don't believe it has been effective. Of course, we don't know how effective it's been because there's no transparency, there's no accountability, and most of all, there's not a solving of all the problems together with putting money in.
Fox Business is pushing for transparency. We filed that lawsuit against Treasury saying, let us know where the money's going. Until that works its way through the system, what do you think should be done with the money that hasn't been spent?
Well, you're presupposing that you have to do something with our money. And I don't believe that you necessarily do. To get things rolling, you've got to flush out the system. There's too much.
Meaning let banks fail?
Well, the resolution trust in the 1980s, I thought, was very effective under Bill Seidman. And they essentially said to banks that had difficulty with their financial structure, come up with a plan in the next 30 to 60 days to solve your capital issues. Raise money, do whatever. And if you can't get that done, then we will either take you over and liquidate your assets, or we will find a financially healthy institution to put you into. And I think that we have to be ruthless and effective about cleaning out the system, because otherwise the problems just linger. And like Oliver Twist, these institutions keep coming back to Uncle Sam saying, please, sir, may I have more?
May I have some more? Peter Kaufman is with us for the rest of the program. We have 28 minutes before the closing bell rings. We're down 147 points coming up. The stocks you need to keep your eye on as the trading day wraps up. Next, as the countdown to the closing bell continues, let's get to what everybody's watching right now. I turn first to Peter Kaufman. Peter.
Well, I'm watching to see how the government is next going to figure out how to spend all of our tax dollars.
You say that it should be used as an incentive. For example, with General Motors, we gave them the money first and then said, come up with a plan, instead of saying, come up with the plan and let's see if you deserve the money.
It's such a simple principle of workouts. I'm a workout guy. Gordian Group is the leading workout investment bank in the country. And one of the axioms of our business is no new money in the real world, in the private sector, goes into a financially troubled situation unless it's at the same time as all the problems being fixed. Here, we're putting cart before horse. We're throwing money at things and saying, could you please go solve the problem?
We finish up with Peter Kaufman. What about the bad bank idea of pushing the toxic assets onto it that seems to be gaining more traction now?
It's the same problem that I have with anytime you talk about the government buying assets. At what price? Who sets the price? There's no market dynamic the way there is in the stock market, the bond market, or third parties in the private sector. The government sets a price. I guarantee you the taxpayer is going to be the one that loses. And if it's the banks that lose, then that's just going to cause more problems for them.
Last question. Are we barreling toward the failure of a major bank name?
Maybe. I mean, if they're not well capitalized and they can't solve their problems, we may be.
Peter Kaufman, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on. Always welcome back. We are 6 minutes from the close. Let's count down our 7 late movers. I throw it to Tracy Burns.